Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Mrs. Moore. Yep, that's me, Mrs. Moore, here to help you with those relationship conundrums, asking you to think about those questions you've got about relationships in your life, things you're worried about, even just wanting to know, is it normal? This is the place to ask. And we've had a flurry of emails and messages come in since I announced that you could contact me directly and just get some thoughts. So, while some of this is based on me as a relationships therapist, it's also based on me just giving some common sense, everyday thoughts on what's going on for you. Now, this is an interesting one. We've had a few queries about this, and I do have to say it comes up as a little bit of a conundrum in the relationship clinic space on a regular basis. I think this is something that's more for the youth of today. It's not something that I've ever considered myself. And the question that we had through was um, a lovely lady who was married. You have said that you feel upset because you wanted to track your husband's phone and be able to kind of have shared viewing. Now, technology is not my thing, but I understand that this is a thing. There's something called Family 360 where you can see where everybody is. And I also understand that, as a parent, from a safety perspective, I think this is a marvelous idea. I always remember joking with my older children, if I could tag them when they went out, that would be fabulous. And now apparently you can tag them. Yeah. So, but is that something that you need for your partner? Is that something that's an adult to adult relationship? And what is it that you're looking for? Now, whilst in your email, you have said that you trust your husband, you don't think that there's an issue, you just feel that this is transparency, you just like to know in case you want to ask them to bob to the shops and pick up the avocados. I don't know. You know, you've sort of put that in, but I'm going to challenge you on that because wanting to track where someone is and wanting to have a view of who they're talking to and what's going on, I think can sometimes be less of transparency and more, dare I say it, insecurity. What is it that you're wanting to find? What is it that is playing on your mind? We look to seek and we seek to find. And what we find isn't always helpful or in context. So I want you to have a really good think about that because my common sense view is if you need to know where hubby is so he can pop to the Waitrose and pick up the shopping, then you can phone him. Okay. You can ask him if he's anywhere near. If you need to track him to find out where he is, I would say there's something else going on. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy, everyone looking at what everyone else is looking at. I don't think it's healthy, particularly to pick up your partner's phone and go through it. I don't think it's healthy to have views on what they can and can't look at in the digital platform. And we've had a question come in about that, but I mustn't get distracted as I do and move into that. So, is it healthy and is it okay to want to track slash check your partner's digital whereabouts, etc.? In my view, why would you want to? Why do you need to? Okay. How would you feel if they wanted to do that in return? You might say, well, I feel fine about that. I'm absolutely fine about that. That's your choice. That's your choice to do that. But would you open your husband's mail? Now, if your answer to that is yes, we probably need to have a longer chat because really, we are crossing boundaries of etiquette here that really shouldn't be. You need to have privacy in a relationship, and you need to have, this is the big word of this question, isn't it? Trust. You need to have trust. What is it that's missing that's not allowing you to have that trust. So for me personally, as a therapist, lots of red flags, things that need to be dived into, things that need to be spoken about. Me as a human, as a wife, I'm thinking that's not a road we really want to be going down in a relationship. I hope that was helpful. If you've got comments, pop them underneath, let me know, so that we can help our lovely messenger to get maybe a more rounded, more holistic view. Maybe you've got a very different view to me. And that's all good in this day and age. We should encourage different views. In the meantime, if you have a relationship conundrum, then why not write in or message me? Ask Mrs. Moore. No question to be embarrassed about, nothing I can't deal with or am prepared to get nosy about. And I will see you soon on the next episode of Ask Mrs. Moore.